Hey there, Nintendo fans, it's me, IJS, and it's time for some unintended video game news. I'm back at it with some sweet Nintendo news, and boy did Nintendo deliver this time. When I heard about this one, I was like, yes! Nintendo announced a whole add-on to the original online service called Nintendo Service Online Expansion Pack. Nintendo recently released a video on their YouTube channel detailing service features that I could have only dreamed of. And this news has gotten almost every single Switch owner's attention, and fans are clamoring for what's included. Not only will I go over the perks mentioned in the video, but I'll also discuss a huge perk that many had overlooked. We'll get into that in a little bit though, but first, let's go over the original Nintendo Switch online service. Now, I've been using Nintendo Switch Online for 3 years myself, and I love everything about it. I love that I can, for the most part, play games with my friends online. I love the occasional NES and Super Nintendo games that I'm allowed to play. I loved downloading the Nintendo Switch phone app to use rudimentary voice chat on my phone. I love that I have cloud storage that I forgot I had, and I love the limited special offers, even for games I don't own. So what else could you even add to this? Well, Nintendo has done the impossible and went above and beyond what fans could have expected. There's so much to go over, and it's clear Nintendo is pushing the limits of what fans could have even imagined possible. So let's start with the first thing Nintendo announced. Nintendo 64 games. N64 games had long been rumored on the service, but it was starting to seem like a farce. Lo and behold, Nintendo swoops in and just in time to save us from a pit of despair and give us the news we want. In addition to NES and Super Nintendo emulators, we finally have the preceding generation and Nintendo's first full 3D console, the Nintendo 64. With it, we get a whopping 9 games, many of which are some of Nintendo's biggest classics and are genre-defining. Whole gaming industries can trace their lineage through the trailblazing these games did. Let's take a look at these very important and memorable classics. Winback Covert Operations is thankfully on the system, obviously, a treasure in the collections of many. Sin and Punishment is there as well, and who didn't own a copy of this back in the day? A few other random small games also made their way onto the expansion. Titles like Super Mario 64, Star Fox 64, and Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Those ones will be fun to try out, I think. Super Mario 64 had also been released on Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which was thankfully taken off the market, or it would have rendered its inclusion in this expansion nearly meaningless. Also included in the expansion is a DLC upgrade to Animal Crossing called Happy Home Paradise. This DLC allows you to work on an island resort and design resort homes for vacationing well-to-do, affluent, sentient, bipedal animal travelers. You can decorate all sorts of aspects of visitors' vacation homes, interior and exterior. And you can even play God and control the weather. ANCH HHP is a great perk for the Nintendo Online platform. Thankfully, every Switch owner has a copy of the game to enjoy this included DLC. Now, I think many Nintendo fans had been wondering this since the Switch Online service launched. Where are the Sega games? I know I was. Well, no longer do we have to ask, as Nintendo has finally partnered up with Sega to deliver a good handful of Genesis classics. The Genesis Online service comes with 14 classic titles such as Dr. Robotnik's Mean Beat Machine, Golden Axe, Rystar, Shinobi 3, Streets of Rage 2, Gunstar Heroes, Phantasy Star 4, and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. How could this service get any better? I had originally thought I was getting a good deal with the original Nintendo Switch Online service. In fact, I wondered how they don't actually ask for more as it was. Only $20? I think many of us were viscerally upset at how good a deal that was. Thankfully, Nintendo has come to their senses and just gave us a few more perks at 2.5 times the cost. Instead of $20, you can now pay $49.99 for an online pass or $79.99 for a family pass, which is what I had been asking for the whole time. Nintendo is always delivering excellent content for players in their ecosystem. They make so many great games and at such a good price. So if you like gaming but are on a budget, then Nintendo has your back. As opposed to the greedy companies like Sony and Microsoft that charge more for their really feature and perk-heavy services. A small handful of fans have complained that this price is somehow too much and is instead driving people away from playing these older games affordably on official hardware. It seems a silly argument to make. Unless you have the original hardware, there is no other feasible way to play these games, let alone for free and easily. Now that we've quashed that ridiculous notion that you can play these games for free elsewhere, we still haven't even addressed the major feature that the press overlooked since they were too busy complaining about the reasonable pricing. So what was that perk that everyone overlooked? I was really surprised when I dug into it myself, but Nintendo's attention to care and detail for its customers is just unparalleled. I almost cried when I saw this because it made me feel special and like a child again. Only Nintendo could pull something like this off. Included with your Switch Online subscription is a complimentary copy of TurboTax Deluxe 2008 for Windows XP and Vista. I'm nearly speechless. This is such a gift to the millions of Nintendo Switch Online subscribers that no other video game company would even dare to do. Thank you so much, Nintendo. You're improving lives every day. Everybody, I hope you found this enlightening, and I hope you all have a wonderful time upgrading to the new and improved Nintendo Switch Online service. I literally can't give Nintendo my money fast enough. Until next time, this has been Unintended Video Game News. Signing out. Thank you for watching my video. Don't go. I'm Infinite Jump Slash. Not only do I make these videos on YouTube as well as some other stuff, I also stream on Twitch. So if you want to hang out there and chat, I play a lot of Mario Maker and various other video games. You don't even have to like the games. You can just come check out the stream and chat. That's what it's all about. Anyhow, now that I've given my spiel, I hope you consider subscribing and liking this video, which is an interesting approach as recommending my stream before before the video you've just watched. But now that we're at this point, I'm just gonna ramble until these things you can click are disappear and your autoplay brings you to a video that is not one of my own. But that's how I'm gonna do these end slate things from now on, is just ramble on.